This is the explanation for a jump with Tanya. I think it's a clever concept, he says modestly. And this is the idea. Basically, someone chooses a card. It's best to have two spectators, actually, or certainly two or more. Someone chooses a card, it's lost in the deck. Somebody else, the same spectator, picks a number freely between 1 and 15. They check for that number in one or two piles. They see that card, which is put down, but then for some reason that same card appears in another pile at the same position that was thought of. And then the original card changes to the card that they first chose. And anyway, here's how it works. They choose a card, and as ever, you need to get their card to the top. Let's go with the death card, the Ace of Spades. Yes, baby. So somebody picks a card. Now, obviously, you're going to control that card to the top in a simple way. It could be a quadruple cut there. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We've been through it enough. So the card is on the top. Now what you do is you ask the spectator to cut the cards into two piles. And you sort of say, make sure they're about even, you know, cut at least half, if not more. There's a reason for that. So say they cut that many, that's great. Just over half. Here's their card. You use a bit of magician's choice now. You say, choose a pile. If they go for this one, you say, that's great, we're going to do something very magical with this pile in a moment. If they choose this one, you push that pile towards them. In other words, they always get the card with their card on top. So you ask them to think of a number between 1 and 15. Say they go with 8. No, let's go with 9. I think we had 9 in my write-up. And they do this. You say, count 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You ask them to look at this card, the 9th card. In this case, it's the 7 of clubs. Okay? So you ask them to take these cards, which cleverly puts their card straight above that one, the original cards. You ask them to put them on top. You take them off the spectator, and you emphasize what card is the 9th card. And they will say, the 7 of clubs. This is the crafty bit now. You're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 now. It's as if you're verifying that it is indeed the 9th. But what you really do is you false count on one card. You don't take a card. So in fact, instead of taking 8 cards, you actually take 7. So say the false count's on number 4. It's simply 1, 2, 3, pretend, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 7 there. Okay. Now that false count is very deceptive because you're doing the same action, but you're just not taking the card. And because it's in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You didn't see it, did you? I just didn't take the 4th card. It's very simple to work on that. So what I've done here, cleverly, I dropped them now. It seems that this is the 9th. It's actually the 8th. And it's not only the 8th, it's their card that they originally thought of. So what I do now is a double left, as if to verify, yes, indeed, the 7 of clubs is indeed the 9th card down. Then I turn that over and put it down, which puts their card down, that they originally chose, the ace, and leaves the 7 here. How clever? You ask them to put their hand on there. Now, this is the next move. You're going to keep a break below this 7th, this card, okay? And the reason why you're going to do that is because you're going to take all these cards, you're going to put them on top, and almost immediately you're going to palm everything above the break, as I said in the write-up. But this is how it works. You go and, you know, they've got that card there, that you come along here, and it all happens very, very quickly. They go down. You could put them down with this hand. I personally like to put them down with the dirty hand, the hand with the cards in. So they go down, and then they just go on top of the other pile, and you pull, and everything just coalesces perfectly. Okay? Okay, let me show you that again. You remember you've done your false count, you've done your double lift, okay, you're bringing these back up, you're getting a break, and it all just happens very, very quickly. See, this is how it happens. Down, over, pull. So you're really only palming the cards for a few seconds, so don't let it intimidate you. As I say in the write-up, there are now two ways you can end this. The first way is for the magician to count the cards. Remember, this puts the 7 at the 8th position, but you want it to be at the 9th position. So one way would be to do a false count with the cards that you do. Again, 1, 2, 3, didn't take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9th card, lo and behold, is the 7 of clubs. That's strong. That's strong. However, the more difficult more difficult ending is this. So you've done the palm from here, you've picked the cards up, okay, you've added them, and you've taken that there, and what I do now is a side steal and give them the cards. So now if you've palmed the cards, they're added, okay. Now the side steal, it's simply a matter of pushing a card from the bottom into the hand and then back on top. If it's all done quite naturally, you know, it's simply a matter of doing it all in one movement. The actual mechanics of the side steal are your fingers come, touch the bottom, push across. Obviously these are face down, so it pushes the card across. Notice my hand is to the right of the deck, which covers that card coming out. So these fingers push over as that hand, the right hand, takes it into palm and just places it on top. So that's it. That's the preferred way to end the trick. As I say, if you do it with yourself counting with false counts, okay. But if you palm the cards on, so yeah, so you palm the cards, put them down, add them on top, take the other pile. There you go, I've done my side steal. It's all done very quickly. The cards are given, and then when they count the cards themselves, when they get to that 9th position, they themselves find the card that supposedly is under the first spectator's hand. So the card they thought of was in a position in one pile actually ends up in a position in another pile, while the original card actually changes into the original card that was actually chosen. Okay, so that's I jump with Tanya.